And you mentioned Book and KD knowing who you are. It looked like maybe your favorite player of all time also knows who you are. We saw Steph Curry having some words with you on the court after the game. What can you tell us about that conversation?
And I just wanted to be like him so bad. And so just to be able to meet him, him be able to have some respect for me. And then the first thing he told me was I'm a big fan of your game. And truth be told, I'm a big fan of him.
Bronny James just had the game of his life against Steph Curry and the Warriors. But that's not even the craziest part. What happened in the locker room after? That's where things got really interesting. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Imagine this. Bronny, still hyped from his 17-point performance, gets a tap on the shoulder. It's Curry. And what he says next? It's gonna blow your mind. We've got the exclusive scoop on their conversation, and trust me, you don't want to miss this. You know what's crazy? Bronny wasn't even supposed to play that night. The Lakers rookie had been struggling in the preseason, averaging just 2 points a game. His confidence was shaky, and the coach was seriously considering benching him. But something changed at the last minute, and it all started with a secret practice session that nobody knew about. Picture this. It's 5 a.m., the Crypto.com. Arena is dead quiet, and there's Bronny, alone in the gym, working on his shot. Well, not quite alone. As he's going through his drills, the door creaks open. Who walks in? None other than his dad, LeBron James. Now, you might think, of course LeBron's there to help his son. But here's the twist. LeBron wasn't there to coach. He was there to challenge. LeBron starts guarding Bronny, full intensity. No father-son bonding here. This is pure basketball. Bronny's trying to get his shot off, but LeBron's all over him. It's frustrating at first, but something clicks for Bronny. He starts using his quickness, finding ways to create space. His shots start falling, but LeBron's not done. He brings out a blindfold. What? Bronny's thinking. But LeBron explains, it's about feeling the court, knowing where you are without seeing. They spend an hour with Bronny dribbling, moving, and even shooting with this blindfold on. It's wild, but it's working. Bronny's spatial awareness is improving by the minute. As the sun comes up, they're still going at it. LeBron's pushing Bronny to his limits, but Bronny's not backing down. He's matching his dad's intensity, play for play. And then, in the final minutes of their session, Bronny does something that changes everything. He fakes left, spins right, and drains a three right in LeBron's face. The shot is pure confidence.
And you mentioned Book and KD knowing who you are. It looked like maybe your favorite player of all time also knows who you are. We saw Steph Curry having some words with you on the court after the game. What can you tell us about that conversation?
I had his jersey. He signed it twice. I used to sleep under that jersey.
LeBron's reaction? He doesn't say a word. He just nods, gives Bronny a fist bump, and walks out of the gym. That nod said everything. It wasn't just approval, it was respect. Bronny had earned it. When Bronny shows up for the game later that day, he's a different player. The coach notices immediately. There's a fire in Bronny's eyes that wasn't there before. During warm-ups, Bronny's shots are falling with a new consistency. His teammates are starting to take notice, whispering to each other, "Something's different about Bronny today." Little did Bronny's teammates know that something different was about to shock everyone in the building. The Warriors were up by 10, and Steph Curry was on fire. But what happened next had even the opposing fans losing their minds. First quarter, Warriors up by 10. The crowd's thinking it's going to be a blowout. Then Bronny checks in, and suddenly, the arena goes quiet. You could hear a pin drop. Nobody's expecting much from the rookie who's been struggling all preseason. But wait, what's this? Steph Curry's guarding Bronny. Talk about baptism by fire. The greatest shooter in NBA history. Face to face with LeBron's son. The pressure's so thick you could cut it with a knife. Bronny's got the ball at the top of the key. Steph's right there, in his grill. The shot clock's ticking down. 5, 4, 3. What's Bronny gonna do? He's got the best defender in the game on him, and time's running out. Bronny fakes left, Curry bites. Quick crossover to the right, but Steph recovers. Bronny's running out of options. 2 seconds left on the shot clock. He's got to make a move now. Suddenly, Bronny pulls up. It's a step-back three, right in Curry's face.
It's crazy because I've liked him since I was in like 6th grade. Like, it was, I don't even know what to say, man, because like that's my favorite player ever. And like, I just wanted to be like him so bad. And so just to be able to meet him, him be able to have some respect for me, and then
The ball arcs through the air, the whole arena holding their breath. Time seems to stand still. And then, swish, nothing but net. The crowd erupts. It's like a volcano of noise and energy. Fans are jumping out of their seats, high-fiving strangers. Even some Warriors fans can't help but cheer. Bronny just hit a Curry-style shot over Curry himself. His teammates are going wild on the bench. LeBron's up, fist in the air, looking like he might tear up. And Bronny? He's cool as ice, just a little nod as he jogs back on defense. But you can see it in his eyes. That spark has turned into a full-blown fire. This wasn't just any basket. This was Bronny announcing to the world, "I'm here and I'm ready." He didn't just score on Steph Curry, he outplayed him on that possession. The crowd's chanting his name now. Bronny! Bronny! It's like they're witnessing the birth of a new NBA star. The crowd was still buzzing from Bronny's spectacular play, but Steph Curry wasn't about to let the rookie have the last word. When the teams headed for the locker rooms, Curry veered off course. Where was he going, and why did it have the whole arena on edge? As the players filed off the court, something strange happened. The Warriors were huddling up, ready to regroup, but Steph? He was nowhere to be seen. Suddenly, the arena's big screen caught him heading straight for the Lakers' side. You could hear the collective gasp from the crowd. What was Curry up to? Nobody saw this coming. Steph, the face of the Warriors, was walking right up to Bronny James. The whole arena fell silent. You could cut the tension with a knife. What was Curry gonna say to LeBron's son? Was he upset about that killer step-back three? Was he gonna try to get in Bronny's head? As Steph got closer, Bronny looked nervous. Can you blame him? This is Steph Curry we're talking about. The guy Bronny's been watching on TV since he was a kid. The camera zoomed in, and you could see Bronny's teammates watching, ready to step in if needed. But then, something amazing happened. Steph reached out his hand and gave Bronny a fist bump. The crowd went wild. Curry leaned in close, and even though we couldn't hear what he said, we saw Bronny's face light up. It wasn't trash talk, it was respect. You know what's even crazier? Steph actually told Bronny, "That was a sick move. Keep playing like that." Can you believe it? The greatest shooter in NBA history was giving props to a rookie who just schooled him. That's the kind of sportsmanship you don't see every day. This wasn't just any conversation.
the first thing he told me was like, "I'm a big fan of your game." And like, truth be told, I'm a big fan of him. Us to talk in the back, he gave me a pair of his shoes and signed them. Like, that meant the world to me, man. Like, my dad knows, my mom knows. Like, it just means a lot.
It was a passing of the torch moment. Curry, the old guard, recognizing the talent of the new generation. And Bronny? He was soaking it all in. You could see the confidence building in his eyes with every word Curry said. Little did Bronny know, Curry's words of encouragement were about to be put through the ringer. The fourth quarter was a whole different beast, and the Warriors weren't about to roll over for anyone, rookie or not. How would Bronny respond when the pressure hit its boiling point? As the final quarter kicked off, the Lakers coach made a bold move. He gave Bronny the green light to run the offense. Can you believe it? A rookie calling the shots in crunch time against the Warriors. This wasn't just any game. This was Bronny's moment to prove he belonged. The Warriors weren't about to make it easy, though. They threw everything they had at Bronny. Double teams, traps, you name it. It was like watching a chess match with Bronny trying to outmaneuver some of the best defenders in the league. But here's the crazy part. Bronny was handling it like a pro. He was finding open teammates, making smart passes, and even creating his own shots. It was like watching a mini LeBron out there. The crowd was going wild with every play. You could feel the energy in the arena shifting. People weren't just watching Bronny play anymore. They were witnessing the birth of a new NBA star. But the Warriors weren't going down without a fight. They clawed their way back into the game. With just seconds left on the clock, the Lakers found themselves down by 2. And guess who had the ball in his hands? Yep, Bronny James. The tension in the arena was insane. You could hear a pin drop as Bronny dribbled up the court. The Warriors' defense swarmed him, but Bronny kept his cool. He weaved through defenders, looking for an opening. The clock was ticking down. 5, 4, 3. Bronny made his move. He drove to the basket, drawing in defenders. At the last second, he kicked the ball out to the corner. His teammate caught it, wide open. The shot went up as the buzzer sounded. The whole arena held its breath. And then, swish! 3 points! Lakers win! The place exploded. Fans were jumping out of their seats, hugging strangers. Bronny's teammates mobbed him on the court. LeBron was going crazy in the stands. It was pure mayhem. After that game, Bronny's NBA stock just went through the roof. Scouts are buzzing, saying he's not just riding his dad's coattails anymore. This kid's got game. But here's the thing, Bronny's journey hasn't been all smooth sailing. Remember that cardiac arrest scare? It shook everyone up. But watching him ball out against Curry, it's like he's saying, I'm back and I'm here to stay. Now, the million-dollar question, is Bronny ready to step out of LeBron's shadow? That's tough. He's showing flashes of greatness, but he's still got work to do. One thing's for sure, after this game, people aren't just talking about him as LeBron's son anymore. They're talking about Bronny James, the future of the NBA.